Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. This article comes to you guys from the Mobile Report. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, some of my thoughts on the LTE phase out. And that's going to begin soon. And I don't even think it's going to take the time frame that's listed in the document, in the internal document. Honestly, and I'm being very honest here, I'm surprised it took this long for T-Mobile to announce this. I felt like this could have been talked about in 2024 or announced and be mostly done by now or moving into 2026. T-Mobile has had high usage on the 5G network for a long time. They've been deploying the low-band portion since 2018. They've moved everyone onto the 5G core since 2020. They have been deploying the mid-band portion since about May or June of 2020. So they've had a massive head start on this. So I feel, this is just me, I feel this announcement it's a bit late. But let's take a look at the document here briefly. So this is for TFB because that's who it affects the most. You have to have business customers get off of older devices that are LTE only, and any new business customers that are coming in, they shouldn't be getting onto anything that's LTE only anyway. Anything. So let's take a look at it here. So over the next 2 years or 2+ years, I don't expect that. It doesn't need to be that long. I think they're just given a time frame to get everyone prepared, give the team some time to upgrade the remaining ODAS or indoor DAS over to the 5G. That's very possible because they know once they refarm the spectrum, the LTE performance is going to significantly degrade. I think you guys understand that as well. So over the next 2 years, LTE spectrum will be reallocated to support 5G standalone. Once complete, only a single 5 megahertz channel will remain. We've seen that before. We saw that during HSPA. Once LTE was widely deployed, HSPA went down to 5x5. It was still a fallback network, but you never really connected to it anymore unless LTE just wasn't present, resulting in a potential service change or service changes for LTE and 5G NSA devices. This will create a bottleneck, potentially impacting performance and service quality for LTE and 5G NSA devices. Like I said, degraded quality, performance could impact calling in certain scenarios. So 5G SA is very important for a device to have. So we're talking phones, tablets, internet, HSI, right? The home internet service, the FWA, you want to be on 5G SA with that. Wearables, IoT, Cat1 plus BYOD. Some key dates here: January 1st, any LTE or 5G NSA activation will require an exception request and approval from the network IOU team. Why that would even be a thing, I don't know. If I'm the sales rep and I'm taking care of that business customer, I'm putting them into devices that are available, that are the newest technology. Why would I need to request an approval to put them on an old device unless they're adamant about the price point and they want cheaper pricing? Other than that, I'm pushing them on to the newest device. Please engage with your solution architect team to review details of the exception process. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to TFB Production Commercialization. So the business impact: LTE spectrum is being refarmed to 5G over the next few years. LTE will be maintained on the network through 2035. So that's mostly for IoT. That's all that's for. And of course, some fallback in certain cases. LTE performance is expected to degrade with spectrum refarm. Use cases that are performance sensitive will be impacted. Could be anything. For voice over LTE, you need data. For apps, you need data. For uplink, you need data. Everything could be impacted at that point because they're pushing it down to 5x5. That's how Sprint, for the most part, started LTE. Before they deployed band 41, they were 5x5 band 25. And for those of you who remember that, how that performance was when there's multiple devices, it's not really a great experience. So any devices activated after January 1st, 2026 should be 5G SA capable. In my view, if I'm running that specific store for T-Mobile, it's not should, it's will. We will only drive the business customer towards 5G SA, including the consumer as well. Please follow the exception process for LTE Cat 1 BIS and higher. If I'm John Fryer, I'm not even sending stores LTE only devices anymore. Not doing it. Even 5G NSA probably will be at some point phased out, and it should all be just 5G SA at some point. So here are some of the actions. New LTE contracts should not extend beyond 2035. Contract renewals must also align with the stated LTE timeline and avoid terms and or commitments beyond 2035. All new and renewed contracts should explicitly exclude performance SLAs. Going forward, LTE performance will be considered best effort only. So they're not even giving you 10 to 20 megabits of a range of the performance you can expect. No, they're just saying best efforts. That's it. Because you're not going to get much out of 5x5. Trust me. If it's band 12, if it's AWS in some markets where they don't own band 12, it's just not going to be that great of a performance regardless. So does this really change anything from a bigger picture? No, it doesn't change much for T-Mobile. It will boost performance on the 5G SA. It'll make it faster. T-Mobile will probably need to figure out spectrum swaps to make that more contiguous so they don't have too many carriers. Because in some markets, it's not contiguous, the AWS and the PCS. So T-Mobile will have to have 7, 8, 9 carriers to push the spectrum to squeeze the most performance out of it, which will likely also come with higher backhaul provisioning. Keep that in mind. So T-Mobile's going at it. They're refarming the LTE, which they have been doing. Keep that in mind, right? Any N25, N66 that's on 5G SA today, that is a refarm. But now they're just going more aggressively towards it, and they're telling us they're shifting LTE down to 5x5, which is pretty much phasing out LTE, if you ask me. It's phasing it out. There's going to be nothing new sold on it. It's just IoT smartwatches. If you haven't gotten a new smartwatch that's 5G capable, you can still use your smartwatch on IoT 5x5, which is plenty spectrum for that purpose. So, but let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.